And we are underway here in Las Vegas. Breaks through the contact. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. They'll start with the option. Now he's loose down the left sideline. Inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. RG3 with a first touchdown of this Super Bowl, and a long one at that. And the Seahawks put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Pete Carroll in that familiar hands-on knees pose. His guys will go for two here. They'll try and run it up the middle. And he is not going to make it. They stop him up short, and this will remain a 6-0 ball game. So they went for two and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead. And able to get this out to the 25. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Those are the types of runs they told us they want to see more of. Look, they'd love the 60 to 70-yard runs, but those 10 to 20-yarders, they can help you win a ball game.
And that means everyone's invested because you know the big guys up front, that's what they do. They try and move people. But when you get your perimeter guys involved downfield, that means that they care about the running game and they know it helps their team.
Up from the secondary to make the tackle, Jalen Ramsey. Now 2nd and 5. Now Bettis. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. Here now, 3rd and a yard. Off play action. Griffin. That is caught. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. The defense surrenders a 13-yard pass play there on 3rd and 1.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big third down pickup to keep their drive alive.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Griffin's throw caught by his receiver, Hill. Touchdown, 49ers. Tyreek Hill, 42 yards. And the 49ers are an extra point away from taking the lead in this Super Bowl. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. And they'll begin by running the option. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Across midfield. He's on his way. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. RG3, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Seahawks are once again back in front. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Second down and a little more than a yard here. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Micah Parsons from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8. First down marker at the 31. It's third down. Off the play fake. Griffin. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up fourth down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
Fourth down. Here's RG3. Hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Off play action. Griffin. A short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Last play went for over 30 yards. This one not quite as big, but still over 20.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
This will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Now a 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Griffin. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Drake Jackson in there for the sack on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Welcome back to the date on the calendar we circle every year. Super Bowl Sunday. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis here with you as we get set to begin quarter 2. Third and long. It's Griffin. Under pressure, and they got to him again. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. So not only do you not get the first down, but you've also made things a lot more difficult on your field goal kicker.
Yeah, they're still in range, but you're exactly right because you know the kicker's over there saying, thanks a lot. You just made my job a little tougher because when he kicks it now, he'll kick it lower because he's got to get more distance. That means there's more jeopardy for the ball to get tipped or blocked.
Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he is going to be out of bounds a mile away from that yellow line, and that will become a turnover on downs.
Everyone gears up for 3rd down, talks about the importance of it. But 4th down, that's truly the moment of truth play, isn't it?
Everything's dialed up a little bit more, and, you know, it's such a momentum play, isn't it?
Absolutely, because it can flip either way depending on who converts on 4th down.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They go play action. Griffin. That's laid out deep for Rice. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Jerry Rice, 41 yards. And the Seahawks continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, baby, I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Strong running at the 30. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Now that play stopped by Drake Jackson. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Griffin. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Seahawks are feeling good as they extend their lead in this Super Bowl. Pete Carroll in that familiar hands-on knees pose. His guys will go for 2 here. They'll try and run it up the middle. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. Needed a couple yards for the 2-point try. They go to the ground game, and it works.
And sometimes it's the exact right thing to do because a lot of teams play you for the pass. So you spread people out, decide to run the football. You often find good running lanes.
Still fighting for more. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hopefully they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry.
And the Seahawks will take over possession here up at the 44. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But, Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Off play action. Griffin. And the Niners get there and bring him down. 2 minutes on the clock in the 2nd quarter of this Super Bowl.
A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Off the play fake. Griffin.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. Well, right now, it's clearly the defenses that are stealing the spotlight in the biggest stage of sports. That's only the 4th time ever, Charles, that we have seen teams trade interceptions on back-to-back drives in Super Bowl history.
Something so rare, yet special that we're watching because typically the teams we see playing here on Super Bowl Sunday, they're the ones that know how to limit turnover.
There he goes left side.
Running free at the 45. Off to the races.
And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. To throw is RG3. Escaping the pressure right.
And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Griffin.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long. And this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal. Because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Off play action. Griffin. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey.
And the Seahawks are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the...
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter.
The throw for Tony is intercepted.
Picked off by Deion Sanders. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. Wow, a big mistake there. Late interception in this first half, and that could lead to a field goal try the other way.
Yeah, I think at this point you just had to say, let's take a knee and go into the half and regroup. Let's just talk it over a little bit. I wonder, partner, was the analytics coach in his head a little bit? Maybe go ahead and press it and try and get some points? While the old school coach probably would have said, take the knee, let's get out of here.
Now we could see points the other way here. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. And that has to be so frustrating because you know that they had something set up there for this first drive of the second half. It wasn't the fumble.
Sometimes no matter what you go over at halftime, no matter what you say, errors will result, and that's exactly what happened here. They were trying to change things from what happened in the first half. Instead, they continue to make mistakes.
On 2nd down, here's Griffin. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Operating from the gun. Griffin flushed out right. And that is incomplete. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
From the gun on 3rd down, Griffin. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
Now, 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. They run on first down with Jackson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Play action. Now Griffin. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Jerry Rice, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Seahawks are starting to open things up here in this Super Bowl. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more.
I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Third quarter of the biggest spectacle in sport, the Super Bowl. Thanks for joining us, everybody. 2nd and 10. Griffins, and this throw brought in here by Mayer.
Look at the big man rumble.
Touchdown. Michael Mayer,
64 yards.
And the Niners are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that'll cut the lead back down to 21.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked out by Jalen Ramsey.
And the 49ers are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Now it's Griffin. Eluding the pressure right.
Caught by Mayer. On the move past the 40.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Griffin.
It gets it right back to Mayer.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
They'll run with a Hall of Famer, Bettis. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. Play action. It's Griffin. And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Christian Kirk from 13 yards out.
And the Niners are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead will be cut down to 14.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
That's right, baby. It's all me.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting at a great spot, up 2 scores here in the third quarter. And they'll run the option to start the drive.
And he probably should have given that one off, as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. On second down, this is Jackson. He'll get 2 yards back, but it's going to leave him with a long 3rd and 13.
An entire season coming down to this next quarter. 3 in the books here in the Super Bowl.
You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports.
And there's just 1 quarter that remains in this edition of the biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, as we get set for the 4th quarter.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is going to be 3rd and 13. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Antonio Cromartie. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. After the interception, here's Griffin. Flush to his right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. A quick pass out to Juju. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
A run. This is Bettis. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. And if they're going to have a shot in this Super Bowl, they're going to need this one on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Griffin.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Niners are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Bettis is in. Touchdown, 49ers.
A strong run there, boy, when he gets it, especially around the goal line, like a bull in a china shop.
And none of us ever want to confront that bull in any china shop, do we? Any more than we want to confront him. Got behind his pads, ran with power, and got into the end zone.
What an asset around the goal line, a guy like that.
It's almost like a safety blanket, isn't it? When all else fails, hand it to this big back and let him power his way forward.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result had he opted for the touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the tension ratcheting up all around. A 1-score game, 4th quarter of the Super Bowl. This is what you folks came for. Every play with the potential to win or lose a title as they look to drain some time off this clock. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef, they want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. They're going on fourth down. It's Griffin. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Here's 1st and 10.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And room there to work it inside the 25.
Here's 2nd down.
That's thrown to Smith-Schuster out wide. Touchdown, 49ers.
Juju Smith-Schuster.
A 24-yard touchdown.
And the 49ers are an extra point away from tying up this Super Bowl.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter.
This Super Bowl, it has had it all so far. All tied 4th quarter as it kicks away.
Unable to corral him. He fights through. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
They'll start here with Jackson. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go.
Here comes 2nd down. Griffin.
Steps away to his left.
Oh, that held up there a long time, but it falls innocently and incomplete. What a Super Bowl it's been to this point. Now a critical 3rd down here. Here's Griffin. Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go.
Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation. You can't live with these short gains that take time off the clock.
You know who loves it? This defense. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. Down to about the 22 here. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. All 3 timeouts still at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10 now. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he'll take this one down near the 15.
We can't be totally sure that that was by design, but we do know that a lot of kickers like the ball in the right hash in order to kick the field goal.
So a pressure spot here for Evan McPherson.
Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game.
2nd down, 8 yards to go.
A run right side, it's Bettis. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left.
So all eyes now locked on Evan McPherson.
And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. This undoubtedly the biggest kick of his life. And his kick is good. The field goal is through the uprights, and they've won the Super Bowl. And the San Francisco 49ers will hoist the Lombardi Trophy as Super Bowl champions. And to the Super Bowl champions, they etch their name forever in NFL immortality.
That's pretty phenomenal right there. It actually gave me chills just to hear you say that, because immortality forever and ever. When you look in the record books, you'll see this team, you'll see their picture, that your name will be a part of it. That's got to be an incredible feeling, because it's been a long journey to get there, and now they get a chance to enjoy it.
And they are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi Trophy is theirs, and so are bragging rights for an entire season. And what a season it has been. Feels like we have been there every step of the way. Our entire crew doing a wonderful job. Thanks to my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. For all those guys, I'm Brandon Gaudin signing off. We'll talk to you next season right here on EA Sports.